this cartoon character, 2D cartoon character, right? And using this feature, I can basically write anything. So for example, I can go into this custom consistent character. It says kindly select an image in the canvas. So I selected this image, right? Now, basically, if you see here, it's going to have this option. It has a user ID, so it basically knows what image this is. And then the second thing that it will do is it's going to show us this little prompt section, right? Where it says generate consistent character. So all you have to do here, and we'll go in depth on it, Yash is going to do that as well. What you're going to do here, pay attention, is you're going to say a prompt. This cartoon boy is running in the rainforest in 2D style, right? So basically I want this character, same person, to be recreated, right? My uploaded image, I uploaded this from my computer. I didn't generate it with AI. You could, but I also uploaded it. And then basically I want him to be running in the rainforest, right? And then you just click on this button right here, which says generate custom character, and watch what happens, okay? Watch what happens, okay? And you just go into this, and then you see this. It generated this image. You see this? So original image. So let's just actually, hopefully if I can zoom out a little bit to show you, I guess. Yeah. So you see this, right? This becomes this, keeping the original consistency. You see the nose style, you see the hair color, you see the eye color, right? All these variables are intact. You can obviously change the color of the clothing and stuff depending on the prompting, but this allows you to create consistent character stories. If you want to create books, you want to create, let's say, for example, social media posts with the same mascot throughout, this allows you to do that. And this is extremely powerful because it's off of one photo. Okay, so normally what happens, right? If you go into other platforms out there, you need to generate like 15 photos. You got to upload all 15 of them at different angles and all that. Then you have to train that thing for like an hour or something. Wait, hope, and pray it came out good. Then after that, you have to basically create some prompts to make it generate. Here from one photo, instantly, meaning you just uploaded the photo, you give it a bunch of prompts, and you can direct the actions. Super, super powerful, right? So now I have Yash here. I'll have him share his screen. He's going to walk you through this feature because it's just incredibly powerful. Then we'll do some Q&A as well. We'll be answering all your questions along the way, and also some secret features we've recently added into Artistly as well. And yes, I see your questions. Video Express version 2.0 is being worked on. I'll give an update on it in our next training because we're doing some final touches. And of course, as I mentioned in our Facebook group and stuff like that, it'll be a mind-blowing update. We're working from scratch. We're going to be releasing it to beta testers first who commented in our Facebook group and our community. But again, the integration will be awesome, okay? The Artistly integration and Video Express, all the Artistly folders, all the images you guys and gals are generating will also appear in Video Express. That's what we're working hard on. So that way, you have Artistly, the greatest AI image designer, Video Express, the greatest image to video, text to video designer as well for videos, okay? So that'll be the focus. Yash, I gave it over to you. Go ahead. You can share your screen and go from there.
Awesome. Perfect. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's been a while since we last, from the training. So, yep, perfect. So as Paul mentioned, we'll be talking about this. I'll be sharing with you some strategies on how to actually get the perfect consistency in your images. I hope my screen is visible. Just let me see. All right. I hope my screen is visible to you, Paul. My screen is visible, right? Everyone? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yeah. All right. So here's how it works, right? So as you see that this is a character that you want, you have to first get your character from the media library. And guys, one more thing I want to say, that not just this, I've been listening, we've been listening to all your feedbacks and all your requests, and we've been, one by one, step by step, adding all those things inside the application to make the workflow and smoother, to make the image generation better, and to make your productivity go crazy, right? Anyways, so
And
here's how
Yash, while you're at it, one of the questions comes in was his cap disappeared. That's the
let me
whole point. You can either remove the hat or even add it into the prompts. He'll show you where you can add that hat in. You want to change that hat into a red color hat, blue color hat, or orange color,
Yeah.
it's fine. The point is that in many cases, when you're creating stories, you don't want a hat in some of the cases, right? In some cases, you want it. That is the flexibility here. Because you see, in this image, the hair is incomplete, right? So that means, in other words, the hat was covering up half of the head, but the consistent character will figure it out and fill in the details. That's the magic. That's actually a good thing, not a bad thing, just so you understand, right? I know some people are like, okay, I see it. The hat is not there. That's a good thing because in many cases, when you're uploading characters, we want to have the flexibility of adding a hat, adding, let's say, maybe even one of those Mexican sombreros, right? Like one of those big hats. You want to basically maybe even change his hair color or whatever. The point is you get that flexibility, okay? That's why we went through the detail here of allowing you to customize it through the prompt level itself. Okay, does that make sense? So that's the goal here. So when we show these features, right, I want to explain this key aspect as you folks go along with it, and we're going to jump into some details here. So what you have to understand is that when we are creating these features, we've thought through a lot of the details, intricate details, because we use this stuff in our own advertising. We use this stuff every day in our own business and stuff. So what we've realized is that flexibility will only occur if you understand the true power of it, right? That's why we do these training videos too on these live streams to answer questions like this. If I just told you to watch a training video, I wouldn't even know these comments are coming in, right? So yeah, so you definitely can add that hat back in, or you can change the color of the hat or any props you want to add. You can change the shoe color, clothing color, you can do whatever you want. It's all through the prompting. We'll get through that today as well. Okay, go ahead, Yasha.
Absolutely. And another thing that I wanted to mention right here, as you can see, this has generated the image with the without the hat, as you can see, which I wanted him 1 second. I wanted this character to be sitting on the bench, as you can see. So it perfectly generated that with the same clothing and all the same approach, right? Which is pretty cool. Now, one thing that I wanted to make sure that you follow this thing where in the initial sentence, the first few words, first 2 to 3 words, has to mention what you want, right? This is the cartoon boy. So we we have a Facebook group, right? So a lot of people are posting like, okay, I want this character, or okay, I want this output with my character, right? So a lot of people make this mistake by, okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that. So the mistake they make is this character, right? So AI does not know which character it is, right? So you have to mention, okay, this is the cartoon boy, this is the cartoon girl, this is the cartoon boy with, red hat, right? Sitting on a bench or cooking in the kitchen, right? 2D style, right? Cooking in the kitchen. And the end, you just have to make sure, because we have a lot of use cases where you don't have the flat images like these 2D style, but you sometimes have 3D style, right? Then what are you gonna do? So you can say 3D style for AI to understand that, okay, so there's an interesting thing, right? I just ran this thing, and you have to also make sure that sometimes when you don't get the result that you want, what happens is I just chose the image that is in your canvas, as you can see, that is being selected to use it as a reference image for you to generate consistent images. So always make sure the image that it shows you on the top that is selected, it is going to use that as a reference image for you to generate consistent character from that, like this, for example, right? Like this. So you can generate as like, kitchen, cooking in the kitchen, right? Or the one that we have shown. So let me just bring up our character again, and let's just do something interesting. All right, so what you do, once again, upload the character, go to the custom consistent character, and then prompt it again, right? With me, this cartoon boy running in rainforest, or maybe sitting in the garden running in rainforest, 2D style, for example, right? And generate the custom consistent character, right? What it's gonna do, it's gonna take this character and will learn it about the facial things and or any character you have, and will try to replicate from top to bottom, and then will give you with your environment or your pose or the environment that you wanted. For example, this one, right? And again, right? 90% of the time, look at this, right? This cartoon boy running in the forest with the cap, facial features, same, right? 90% of the time, it gives you the thing you want. If maybe max once or twice, you get the results you want, like, right? In just first try, I got the result. By the way, if you guys, I can't see all your comments. So once I stop sharing my screen, I'll come back to your questions, any questions you have. All right. Anyways, so this cartoon boy running in rainforest. Okay, I'm gonna do this cartoon boy sitting in the garden. Okay, sitting in the garden, holding, sitting in the garden, holding a blue Easter egg, right? And there's something very interesting that I wanna tell you, that specifically, right? A lot of times, and this is a cool hack. Okay, a lot of times, okay, this one mistake I did it again, right? Is it's not a mistake in a way if you think about it, right? So this image that is in the canvas, it's gonna take this character, which again, it's not a big deal, but it's gonna take this character to generate the new image. You always have to make sure that if you like it, you save it, or everything is going inside your media library, as you can see, enter AI generated folders, so you can get from there. But just make sure that like as you can see, all your AI generated stuff are there. So just so that you don't miss any of them. So always remember, once you like it, you export it, or you can keep generating them and you can export it once. Now, interesting thing I want to show you again. Okay, go to the media library. I'm gonna go to my uploaded tabs and I'm gonna upload my character again. I'm gonna come to consistent character. This cartoon boy sitting in the garden holding blue Easter egg 2D style. Now let's talk about the hack. The hack is, there's this one of our amazing member from the meta group, if Facebook group, we say, if you are not in there, please do, because there are a lot of ideas that are being shared. This is something which is okay, but I want something else, right? So you can always select this and generate the consistent character again. Anyways, so there was this lady, she basically wanted that, okay, I generated a custom consistent character and I like it, but I want like a green beanie on top of him, right? For example. So then instead of that, what I recommended her, that okay, you got the character good, you can always in paint, right? If specific features like the hat, or you wanted like a dog in front of side by him, so that's just something really interesting, right? So that's one thing that, so far so good. Just confirm with me, so far so good. Any questions? uh Awesome, perfect, awesome. There, all right. So perfect. Yes. So you can do it with single characters, right? You can do it with animals. You can do it with 3D characters. You can do it with anything you want. Real photos. Let's talk about real photos. All right. Perfect. So what? So far so good. And this, there's something really really crazy stuff that we have implemented inside Artistly. Number one, okay. Number one, you guys have mentioned that, okay, Yash, we want the functionality to view the prompts of the AI generated images. There you go. All right, there you go. Now you can come to the media library. Okay, before I come back to the real photos, because that is inside the fast AI image designer. But as you can see, when you click on this eye option, this little eye option, when you hover your mouse, you will see the prompt. You can copy the prompt to your clipboard very easily, so you can regenerate it again. That's one feature, guys. There's another hidden something very interesting feature that we have launched, which is AI style replicator. And I'll tell you, this one was from your request and was from my personal, how do you say that, issue, right? So a lot of the times what happens is, you wanted some image in your style, but it never come out in your style, right? Like, I mean, you used mirror magic, you used the prompt that you thought that would work. So what we have actually done is, let me see if I can quickly find it. Okay, so let me just copy the prompt of this. Okay, one second. And what I'm gonna do There's this base image. I'm gonna export it this one. So I'm gonna show you. This is very, very, very interesting, right? Perfect. I got this, and I'm gonna get this base image, right? So this is the base image that I got with this AI. It is good. It's not something what I want, right? I want some more watercolory style and all that cool stuff. So you can go to AI Stylizer. It's the third option here. You can paste the prompt that you have used it to generate an image, or if you are actually using your image, right? So you can just describe that image in one single sentence, like a boy sitting in the forest or boy standing in the forest and stuff like that, right? Now here is the magic. Okay, here's the magic. What you can do is you can upload the style image. Okay, this is so cool, right? Look at this. One second. Oops, I clicked on it. AI Stylizer. So it always works. You have to make sure that you choose the image. So I'm just gonna drop my image that like I wanted. So you see that my new image is more watercolory. So you always put the reference image like you want it to, and click on generate styled image. What it's gonna do, guys, is so amazing, right? Because sometimes mirror magic does not replicate the exact style, feel, and the how do you say that, right? The sketching or the illustration is not exactly what you want. This thing fixes it for permanently, right? Because whatever the reference image you give it, it will it doesn't matter. I just gave it a same reference image, but you can give it any reference image like you want, whether it is like gray style or oil pastel style or watercolor style or this style or that style. Is going to make sure that it perfectly replicates. Look at that. This I'm going to show you, right? I'm going to show you a lot of difference, right? Look at this image. This was our reference image, so we can just dump it. Okay, anyways, let me just show you. All right, this is our image. This is our original image. I'm gonna increase the canvas just so that you understand the power of this, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do 120, 720. So this is a quick hack where you can go to the setting and you can increase your canvas. I'm gonna delete our character for now, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you these images one by one. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. So one second. Yeah, as you can see here, right? This one, let me just decrease. Yep. All right. As you can see, right? Like the one that you see on your image on the left is the AI generated one, and the one that you see on the right are the stylized one. You see that depth, right? It's more hand drawn. It feels like more the style. And this was generally, I think, she wanted to use it for the design on the t-shirt. But yeah, you're gonna use it on the designs on the t-shirt. So that's something really, really interesting. Let me know if that makes sense. So go through changing. All right, perfect, awesome.